Hey, hi all. So in the last session we have seen how we can write the page objects and methods inside the framework, and in current video we are going to see how we can write the test case, okay, and how we can call in the spec file. Let's start. First we will create page for the login page test case. Okay, so in test case also we will write in page wise manner. So login page dot spec dot ts. Okay, so all the test cases will be written in the spec file. Okay, so we are going to make the extension as spec.ts to identify this is test case and this is page objects. Okay, so now what we will do, we will add three things here. First is before each, second is actual test case, and last is after each. So first what we will do, we will write the before each. So now what I will do, I will just copy pseudo code of the before each. So this I will just copy. This is present inside the Playwright. So this is the test example given by the Playwright. Okay. So I am just pasting it and deleting this part. Just click Control space. So which we need to select? We need to select @Playwright test. So if you select that, you will see import test from Playwright test, because the test case will be executed from this Playwright test framework only. If you select the node, you will get the error. Now same thing we will write for the after each. So just I am copying it and here I am entering after each. Get it? So now what we have to do, we have written the login page methods where we can able to log in, and then we are verifying the successful login is happened or not. So for that what we will do, we will create first login page instance. Okay, which login page instance? So this login page instance we need because we need to access this method, and where we are going to call, we are going to call this in the spec file. Okay, so first I will write the login page as variable name, and which page we need to keep. So this is login page. Okay, now what we will do, we will create actual object here, new login page, and what we will do, we will pass the page here. So here just I need to add let. So this is first step. Now what is the second step? So first we have to write the logging for the initialize test case. Okay, so for that we just need to type base page dot set test case id. So for this what we will need, we will need test info. So what we have to do, we just have to comma test info. So what does test info contains? So it will contains the name of the test case which are executing. Why we have called this? Because it will be logged in the log file, so that we can able to understand the test case is started, then in between the logs of the actual test case, and after execution you will see the execution completed. So next thing is login page dot initialize browser. So how we can pass the URL to this method? There are two ways you can pass the URL. First way is in the configuration file of the app configuration, you can provide the URL here. So as per the environment, means where we are providing the environments in the execution setting QA. So in QA environment, whatever URL value is there, URL means for this key, whichever value is there, that gets called if we do not pass any value to this method. So by default, which value it will take? It will take this value. But if we don't want to use this value, so what we can do, we can go to the Playwright config file, and here you can enable the base URL. enter the URL value here. So what I will do, I will just copy this URL and I will paste it in here. So this I need to make change, and one more change here. So whatever base URL you enter in the Playwright config, you will receive it here. Okay. So just pass this value to this. In this case, it will not use this value. Whatever app configuration value, it will not use. It will use the Playwright config value. But if we do not pass any value to this method, in that case, which value it will taken? It will take the configuration value, whatever environment and environment with respect to environment URL value it will take. So now what we have did, we have written the before each part. So let's complete after each also. So for after each also, there is one method execution completed. So for this also we need the test info to log, because we can able to log that this test case execution gets completed. So two parts we have written. Now what we have to do, we have to write the actual test case. So I'm just copying the pseudo code again to save our time. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so this is the actual test case. So what we will do, we will give the name, verify successful login for valid credentials. Okay, so we have written this, verify successful login for valid credentials. Now here what we can do, we have to call the objects. In which sequence we need to call the object of login page. So first what we have to do, whenever browser opens, so when browser will open, before every test case browser gets open. Okay, so I forgot await statement here also, do not forget this. So whenever the browser open, which method we will call first? So we will call do login method. So where it is present, it is present inside login page dot do login. So let me add await statement. Okay, and these are the valid credential we are making hard code here. So first step is done, right? What is the second step? After the login, what we have to do, we have to verify successful login. So this is it from the test case, right? First what we will do, we will pass the valid credential, and second we will verify whether the login is successful or not. So things which we are not using, I am removing those. Okay, so again one more time, in before each we just first create the object. So whatever objects we are going to create, it will be written first. Okay, so if you are accessing multiple pages, so first all the pages will be initialized, then we will set test case ID, and then browser initialization happens. In after browser initialization, whatever logic you want to access, you just write it here in the sequence, and in the last part we just perform the execution completed. So most probably only all the things related to before each and after each will be same for all the test cases, just the test logic for the test case will be different. It will be as per the pages in for which page you are writing the test case, it will be as per those pages. So suppose you want to add your custom key and you need to access in the spec file or the page object. So how you can do that? So just I will add one key, custom key, and its custom value, some value. Okay, suppose I want to access the value of custom key. Okay, so how you can do that?
you just need to go here. In the you have to type configuration dot get. Okay, and whatever key is there, that we have to provide. Okay, so what it will does, it will give you the value. Okay, so value equal to, okay, so what it will does, it will give you the value of the given key as per the execution environment.